Hey everyone, I'm Steven, the Salon Guy, and welcome to my haircutting tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve the Pixie haircut. Now, you've seen many celebrities wearing the Pixie haircut, such as Jennifer Lawrence, Pamela Anderson, Charlize Theron, Jennifer Goodwin, Halle Berry, Anne Hathaway, Rihanna, Pink, and many others. But a lot of you guys are afraid to do the Pixie haircut because it's a short haircut. So the key things about Pixie haircuts is that, you know what, you can have fun with it. There's no set length, there's no set, this is the exact way to do a Pixie haircut, because you can have fun with it. You can have ones where the front is longer, the front is shorter, there's pieces coming out here to the side. I mean, there's so many different variations, but it is a short haircut. So overcome that fear. Take it on as an exciting opportunity, and I'm going to show you guys how to achieve the Pixie haircut. Now, when cutting the Pixie haircut, you have a few different options of where you want to start. I like to start in the back. Some people want to start right down the middle. However, I like to start, now not all the time, but this time in particular, I like to start actually right here, literally right behind the ear, because this is going to allow me to connect this part here with the sides here, so I know where I'm going to go, because a lot of times people get stuck around here and they're like, oh, well, I don't know how short to go around here. So the first section I'm going to take here is going to determine, because if I cut this short, that means this is going to be pretty much on top around the ear here. So the first section I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it about a finger's length out from the head, and I'm going to cut straight down, holding everything straight out, and I'm just going to follow this down to the nape area. And this is going to be my guideline throughout the whole haircut in the back. So as you can see here, my first section is complete, and here is the length right here. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to go on diagonal sections, working all the way to the back. Then I'm going to come on this side, hold it out, finger's length, do the same thing, come down to the middle, and then cross-check everything. In case you guys are having some issues and might be a little confused as to your sections, now as you can see, this is coming in very nicely. When you're taking your section, you're not over-directing down this way. You're taking a section that you previously cut, you're pushing the hair that you just cut out of the way, and you're combing it straight out, and you'll be able to see your guide underneath. Okay, so you're not cutting hair that you shouldn't be cutting. Okay, so you're pulling it straight out. Sometimes if you take too much hair, you're going to start to cut the guide. Okay? And this way, by pushing the hair underneath out of the way, you're protecting that guide so you're not cutting it over and over again, creating different lengths in the haircut underneath here. So as you can see here, as you comb it straight down, it's got a beautiful shape to it. The back is done now, and now we're going to kind of go into the cross-checking phase just to make sure everything is on point. Now, again, you can do this several ways. You can come over the top this way, make sure everything is good. If you see any longer pieces, you can just get rid of it. Anything that's longer when you're cross-checking is going to stand out, and it's going to tell you, say, the hair is going to say, hey, cut me. And it's gonna obviously show if there's parts that aren't even. You can do that. You can also go back in and do like we did before. You can cut on an angle just to make sure, and the hair will kind of pop out. You can also go horizontally if you wanted to see how you're doing, if everything is balanced out. If it isn't, then I would suggest just going through it and again take off what needs to come off. So now that the sides are and the back is done here, we have to again connect this, and then also going through the sides here. So let's start with the side. And now what we're going to do is, now that we have the length established here, okay, we can push this out of the way, almost creating like a side part here, and we can then start to connect the sides and the back. And the best way and the simplest way to do that is to, remember we cut that piece right under here, this is our guide. That really helped out a lot, because now all we have to do is find that piece that we cut before, and also from the back here, and that is going to be our guide working our way into the top, all right, and into the sides. So we're going to hold everything straight out from that guide, okay, and we're going to work our way towards the front, like that, All right, and what that's going to do is that's going to create that softness, is going to create that pixie look. Now when we get around the ear, everyone's hairline is different. So if you do want to leave it a little bit longer, you can over direct a little bit if you want to have it coming a little more longer towards the face this way. But everyone who has a hairline, it comes down in through here a little bit. So you're going to get those pieces in through here. Okay? So here's our last piece throughout the front. And we'll get this little bit right here in the hair, in the sideburn area. And there we have it. As you can see, look what we've done. We've created, the start of a great pixie haircut. Again, this is just the rare and the raw kind of form of this, because we still have to go in, we still have to blend this in with the top and texturize it a lot. But now we have a source to connect the sides, the corners, throughout the top here. All right, and that's in through here is where we're going to connect everything. So we're really just rounding everything out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to connect the sides with the back here from that first section that we took. Once I'm done with this, then we'll get to the top. All right, now that the sides are done here, it's time to work in through the top. Now you've seen me do this many, many times. What we're going to do is we're going to connect the back right here in through, and you're going to let the hair drop out to where it's parallel and straight across, and then we're going to cut going forward. This way you're not going to be creating any harsh lines, and it's going to naturally round out from the head shape. And that is then going to make this piece your guide moving through to the very, very front. So what I'm going to do is continue to do this. When you get to the corners here, you can then cut that off. All right, and everything works in a continuous motion with these haircuts and with any short haircut like this. You want to be pretty aggressive with it. Don't be intimidated, because the hair is coming off anyway. So why not have fun and feel confident that you're cutting it. All right, so now we've got this here. We then move in through the very, very front, this top section right here. This is the top now. So we have our guide that we just cut, and we're going to cut everything straight across. All right, again, we get through now the corners. We're going to do the same thing, follow the head shape, and there we go. Round it out. Again, continue back towards the middle. Work on this side now. You'll see the guide that needs to be cut in the corners. And there it is. So let's continue working from this point all the way through the very, very front. And then we'll decide what we're going to do with the front section. Now we've come to the front. So the front, this is where it gets fun, because you've got so many different options. And this is where your creativity comes in. Now again, this haircut might seem like it's done, but it's really not even close. I mean, we're about halfway done, because we still have to go in and texturize it and really piece it out and really have, really work the shape into it a little bit more. But so the front here really depends on you. I mean, a true pixie haircut, yes, it's a lot shorter into the front here, and you can do a lot more with it. So just for sake of tradition, let's do this. Let's cut the front here shorter. All right, and we're going to hold everything straight up from the head. And as you can see there, it's going to fall down like that. Again, we're going to bring everything straight up from the head. And that is going to be our front piece. Then, once that is done, we can then go in and kind of round out the corners here. Then we can go and texturize and really start to create the shape, the true shape throughout the front here. Okay, there. Now, see, there's the front. This could be done, styled a few different ways. You can, clip it back. You can, kind of wear it a little bit messier. You can go over this way. That's what happens. So this is kind of like a traditional pixie type look. And then you can go in and, chip into it if you want. You can create, shorter pieces, longer pieces. So this is one kind of way of doing a traditional pixie styled haircut. Now, as far as getting a little more aggressive, all right, which I want to do when I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter, let's take this and let's make everything a little bit shorter throughout the front. This way we can have a little more flexibility and some more styling options, especially when you see some celebrities are wearing their hair a little bit shorter. All right, and now you can do that a few different ways. You can do that with the shear, or you can do it with a razor like this. So if you want to do it with the razor, okay, I'm just going to turn the head this way. You can take a piece section by section and just start to kind of slide in through the hair to remove the length. All right, but you're doing it with the razor, it gives it more of a softer, wispier type feel. Okay, this is also a great way to remove the length in the front instead of just taking it straight across with a pair of shears. Now everything is coming down and it looks very, very blunt, but we still have to go in and texturize everything. We still haven't even done that yet. Okay, so now that the front's a little bit shorter, you know, as you can see, you're getting a few more options and some softer pieces throughout the front here like this. All right, now let's go in and really be aggressive, texturize this a lot more, and if we need to cut any areas a little bit shorter, we do that. But this is where you really have some fun. Well, the blow dry is complete, the dry cutting is complete, and this has no product whatsoever. All right, and you can see here, really this type of look, the haircut really does all the work, because if you cut it really, really well, the shape is really gonna come in. That's where all the texture comes in. That's where all the dry cutting, the piecing out of everything. You know, every method and every technique that you go the extra mile to do is going to be the end result of this haircut. Now, the styling of this really is, it really depends on you. I mean, there's people that might want to wear it smooth, wear it down like this. This is one way you can wear it. Another way is if you take some paste, which I'm going to do, because I do like to have things a little bit more edgy. And I'm just going to, now this is where the styling technique comes into play. Again, put the product in your palm, and you really want to be aggressive. Once you put your palm on the scalp, like this, and you rub it around, see what the hair does. It basically reacts to what you're doing. All right, the layers come out, the pieces come out that you cut, the texture really comes out, and this is where paste really comes in. Not only for women, but also for guys too. All right, so you know, depending on how much texture you want, depending on how much you want the hair to kind of stand up or lay down, it really all depends on you. But I think this is really, really a cool look. It's, again, depending on the person, how edgy, how funky they want to go. But as you can see, it's what the paste is doing. It's allowing everything to kind of just really be accentuated. So I'm just going to play around with this a little bit more, and then we'll wrap everything up. All right, here's the finished result here. So I want a little bit piecey, a little bit edgy, nothing too crazy, but you can if you want. So I'm just going to kind of show you throughout the back, spin this around a little bit. Okay, here's how everything is kind of up like this, and you can keep spinning it around. There's all the texture, there's all the layers in through here. Again, this is just one particular way that you can wear it. But the thing about a pixie cut is that you can have so much fun with it. You can really style it in many, many different ways. You can push this kind of up in the front. See what that does? You can really have some fun and change the style around. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, guys. If you want to make another request or you have any thing you need instructions on or help with, leave it in the comments below. Thank you for subscribing and all your support. I'll see you guys soon.